Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to a brand new episode of a football discussion with the 90th minute, featuring a couple of our friends, Esmiehurd, Little Mush, aka Kyle from TikTok, and Simplymason. All these guys are from TikTok. They're all fantastic creators. Go show them some love. But before we get into the discussion, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share with your friends, please. We're also on all listening platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you name it. And yeah, let's get into the discussion. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the 90th minute football discussion featuring Esmiehurd, Kyle, aka Little Mush, and Simplymason. This is so far like the biggest football TikToker collab we've ever had. Originally it was gonna be just, Esme and I, and now it's all four of us. It's very spontaneous, but we love it. We were trying to get Kyle on a couple weeks ago. We couldn't get formulate anything. Now we got Mason on too. This is like, we got a Spurs supporter, 3 United supporters, so it's a good time. I guess to kick things off, guys, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, ladies first.
Esme,
all right.
go ahead.
Yeah, my name's Esme. I'm a Spurs supporter, and yeah, I do TikTok as well. But yeah, just happy to be here.
Who's next? Kyle?
Yeah, I'll go. Hello, my name's Kyle. I also go by Little Mush on TikTok. I'm a Man United fan, and I'm from Ireland. So, I'm surprised the connection is doing well right now. So, all is good.
And then Mr. Mason.
Yeah, I'm Simplymason on TikTok. I just make like dumb little skits over there on TikTok, and I'm a United supporter over in Texas. So I'm just chilling, but yeah, everything's going well for me too. Yep.
I live in Montana. So.
Perfect. So I think Kyle is our first ever guest from Ireland, and then we've had a couple.
Hey.
Yeah, there you go. So this is awesome because all the Irish supporters in our comments, they'll be happy with this one maybe.
Well, let's go. Shout out my boys.
So I guess the first question I think we should bring up is, so the Premier League has finally wrapped up. What are our kind of final verdicts on how the season went? And I mean, technically for all of our clubs, it ended pretty well in a sense.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just a surreal season, wasn't it? Like, it was just a bit like crazy. Like for me as a Man United supporter, I'm just delighted that we got top 4, but getting third is just an even bigger bonus. Like, oh, my phone is falling. Yeah, just getting third. Just obviously Bruno Fernandes has been so influential and all, but like, yeah, I'm just delighted with where United ended up. But with the league this season as a whole, I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like the standard has dropped. Like, Liverpool absolutely ran away with it, and like there was no competition for Man City in second. So it's kind of like, where do you go for next season? Obviously, so it's like,
Yeah, for me it was like, obviously a really weird season. I feel like in terms of the title, it wasn't so much Liverpool being good as it was everyone else being bad. But yeah, as a Spurs supporter, I'm pretty happy. Like, I feel like it could have gone a lot worse through the Mourinho switch and stuff like that. Pretty happy with how it turned out, especially in the last couple games for us. I started to actually see the Mourinho effect working and his tactics actually starting to come together. So that was promising. But yeah, overall, weird season for sure.
Yeah. For me, I think it's just been, I think they've kind of just smashed it right there. Every team hasn't really been at their best ability. I think, City's had like Sané injuries and like Laporte injuries, and then, United and Chelsea are kind of going through a transitional period, a lot of youth coming up. So it's been different than what we're kind of used to. But all in all, I think the season's been all right.
I think a lot of people are put asterisks around the season because of the coronavirus and everything got put involved. But it was still competitive. And I don't know, I like you said, Kyle, the quality was kind of not there this season, especially with the fact that United finished with 65 points, where the season before they finished with 65 but in 6th place. So yeah. a lot of people were saying, oh, it's just become more competitive. I don't know, it just wasn't great for the top 6, all the big teams. Shout out to Burnley for getting 10th place. I don't think I expected that. Originally I predicted United get 4th, and we somehow got 3rd, so I was kind of shocked by that. Yeah, it was unpredictable. I think that's the best way to put it. I think let's Esme, you brought up Jose Mourinho. Us three, we're used to his football. Unfortunately, we're used to it for a bit. How have you liked Mourinho?
Okay, coming into it, I was excited because he sort of had a totally different mentality with Poch. I love Poch, but it was always sort of felt like we were in a transitional period. But with Mourinho, it's like he actually thought we could win trophies and stuff like that. Whereas with Poch, like even in the Champions League final, it didn't really feel like we were ever going to win. So I was really excited about that mentality. And then obviously points wise, he took us from 14th to 6th. And so that's awesome. But I didn't really see like his tactics start to work out until the Leicester game, which was a total turning point for me. Because I was halfway like Jose out. Like I was not having a good time. But after that Leicester game, I sort of started to see it come together and saw how it might actually work. So yeah.
Okay, because yeah, personally, I wasn't a big fan of Jose Mourinho, especially like towards his end tenure with United. But I mean, let's talk about another manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Lads, how do we feel about him?
Personally, I've liked him. I've liked all the signings that he's brought in. So.
Yeah, Mason, go ahead. Sorry, my connection's really dodgy.
Oh, you're good. Yeah, no, personally, I've really enjoyed him. I think all the signings he's brought into the club have done their job. So no, I've heard a lot of people say Ole out, Ole in. What do you like? Nah, for me, Ole in. I think he's at the wheel right now. So,
I for me personally, like, I'm just happy that they're playing something that I want to watch. As we said, we've had Jose Mourinho. You know, not the most exciting football in the world. You know, so it's just good for Man United. As the culture of Man United, that we're playing some attacking football. Now, to be fair, question marks have been thrown up over them over the past like 3 or 4 games. You know, they haven't been performing to the best of their ability and all. But at the end of the day, you have to look at it as a whole, and there is improvements there. Now, the back line itself looks a bit shaky, but as long as they're playing and competing to a certain extent, I'm always going to be happy. You know, like you need to be like for United, you obviously want to be challenging for titles, but we also have to be realistic as well and be like, look, Ollie is still a young manager, so you kind of have to see he still has things to learn, as well as the players are young and it's a young squad, so they have to learn. So I feel like if they stick with him, now that's if they do. You never know in today's football. If they stick with him, I feel like there could be, you know, silverware on the horizon, but as long as they're playing attacking, fluid, good football, I'm happy. That's it.
No, yeah, same with that. I'm just excited. It's attacking football. It's something we've been lacking for a number of years. Even under Van Gaal, it was boring football. So it's a nice change of pace. It's what we wanted. The defensive back line looks a little shaky at times, but then again, United have only conceded like 35 goals this season. So I think I was talking to you on one of your lives where we talked about Harry Maguire, how, you know, he's a good center back. It's just he's not that fast. He's not really agile. And I mean, David De Gea's had a strange season. So, yeah, I mean, I like Ole so far. I mean, I think he can get a silverware? I don't know right now. It's really up in the air. What else I gonna say about Ole? It's like he can build the right team. I don't know if he'll get us over the finish line, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Esme, how did you feel about Spurs going from 14th to 6th, though? You were...
Yeah, so I think that it was a lot. I don't know. People give Jose credit for that. I don't know if it was so much Jose as it was the personnel, you know, Kane, Son, Sissoko all returning. So I think it was less tactical changes than it was personnel changes, and honestly a little bit of luck, because I think we were just underperforming consistently. And then we started like being a little less consistent with underperforming, if that makes sense, and sometimes actually pulling out wins. So yeah, I don't know if that was 100% due to Jose. I think it was definitely personnel and attitude, and the break helped for sure. So
now I'm pretty sure Spurs had a few injuries throughout the season, right? I think Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, so some key players are out. So it's kind of hard to play your best football when your best players are out. Do you have any? What do you think Jose should aim to sign this summer? Defense or?
Yeah, I would say definitely Max Aarons is sort of my like benchmark signing. Like I want that one to happen so bad just because it feels like it needs to. I say definitely another center back. Honestly, I'll take a wing back on each side just because it doesn't feel like we have enough there, enough consistency there. And so yeah, I would definitely take a wing back on each side. Also a backup for Harry Kane because, Mora isn't the same at all. Son isn't the same at all either. Someone like Fernando Llorente, who was so key for us last season. Something like that I want really bad.
I mean, Loriente was basically like your Olivier Giroud. You always can rely on him for a goal or two when you needed it.
Exactly.
For you guys, what do you think United needs to do in the summer? I mean, Sancho seems like it's likely going to happen at some point, but I still think we need a center back. We need something to hold that back line a little bit.
For sure. I guess it's a main center back that I have really liked is Upamecano. He's looked great, so I'd be a big. And then like that other position that I think we need to fill is a center defensive midfielder. So I've been big on like Partey and DD, Van de Beek. All three of those have been pretty good this season. So I'd love to see them play for Manchester United.
Yeah, I agree with Mason. I think obviously Sancho looks like it's going to happen. Delighted, but I feel like we definitely need, as we were talking about, like Harry Maguire isn't the quickest. I feel like we need someone there, like to cover him, like whether that be it. I'd like to say Koulibaly, but like if we're getting Sancho, I doubt we'll be able to afford him as well. Like so someone like that, Ake even, center defensive mid as well. I feel like we really should invest in like McTominay and Fred. Yeah, they're good, but are they in a starting 11 that can challenge for Premier Leagues? Probably not. Like, you know what I mean? So you need someone like I've been really impressed with Declan Rice for West Ham, and then Van den Beek as well, as Mason said. So yeah, I just feel like the right wing, the CDM, and the centre back is really what we need to invest in this summer. A lot of people are obviously calling for De Gea to get out, but like at the same time, I'm like, give him another season. If he continues to do it well, then look at it next season and see if he needs to move on or whatever.
Van de Beek's someone I'd really like us to sign. I mean, I'm not. I like United's midfield right now, but we need rotation more than anything. I think we saw that in the last 4 matches where United wasn't really performing well, and people were asking questions with Ole. It was more so the players are so fatigued. Like he was running the same lineup for match after match. So if we can get some rotation there, we'll have some fresh legs going next season. We should, United somehow actually surprisingly pulled off a miracle with all the injuries they also had. They finished 3rd. Rashford got injured a couple times. Pogba was out for most of the season, so it was somehow a miraculous season by Ole, so credit to him. For you guys, what were some moments throughout the season that really you enjoyed though? Anything that stood out to you guys?
Definitely for me, the best I felt this season is that 2-0 home win against Man City. Like that. Oh yeah. That was that McTominay goal at the end. It was just amazing. I remember I was downstairs with my dad and we were just jumping around, hugging each other. It was just it was just everything that the match meant, in terms of the double over City for the first time in 10 years. It was just beating Pep. I was it was just so good. That was probably the best I felt this season anyways. Yeah. But I feel a lot of people can agree with that.
Yeah. No, yeah. We've done the double over a couple teams, like Chelsea as well. But it's been so funny. We win against the big teams, and then we lose against the small teams. It's just been such a weird season. I don't know if there's really been that one moment. That obviously that McTominay goal was amazing, but I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I'd probably say the win against City for us as well. I mean, just seeing Bergwijn actually live up to the challenge was awesome. Because I was a little, I don't know, kind of nervous about him. I wasn't really sure about him. Didn't know a lot about him, but yeah, seeing him rise to that occasion was awesome. Also, the Leicester win at the end of the season was just a total turning point for me because it was a different tactic and it was it actually worked. It didn't feel like we were scrambling to try to do something we weren't used to. It felt like we knew what we were doing.
Didn't Spurs also beat Arsenal? Was that pretty sure?
Yeah. I don't know. It felt good, but it didn't. I don't know. For some reason, the Leicester one and the City one were really big for me.
Yeah. I mean, that Arsenal Spurs match, in my opinion, wasn't the most exciting match in the world.
No, yeah.
Anything aside from our clubs that you guys found interesting about this league? I mean, it's like Liverpool won the league. I know it's not something we want to talk about, but gotta give credit where credit's due. I think they're a respectable team. They're not like Man City where they just went out and bought every world class player they could find. I think Jurgen Klopp, I respect him so much because I used to support a little bit of Borussia Dortmund back in the day. So to see him build that team just kind of over the seasons and finally get to the top was actually nice, although I don't want to see it again. But what are you guys' opinions on that right now, Liverpool?
Yeah.
We're all talking at the same time. Look, no, full respect to Liverpool, but like for real, like they fully did deserve to win this year. But I definitely don't want to see it happen again.
Go on, Esme.
Yeah, I said it earlier. Obviously, respect to them. They were by far the best team in the league this season. But I feel like it was a lot due to everyone else being bad, and they just kind of did what they needed to do. It didn't feel like a miraculous, incredible season where they, it felt like they were meant to win it, and then they did what they had to do. So yeah, obviously don't want to see it again, but they deserve it.
Yeah, I think we can all agree that they deserve it. It's as like I'm trying to think now. I don't want to give them too much praise. I'm like, but it's hard not to. But I think Klopp, with the team that he inherited when he first, like the first team he ever inherited, to get from where there and to get to where he is now was just unbelievable. And especially like some of the players like Wijnaldum and stuff, like you wouldn't think that these would be starting midfielders in a Premier League winning team. I mean, it's just a certain player that fits his system, and all credit to Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. Like they've been unbelievable. As much as it hurts me to see it and all, it's they deserve it, fully deserve it. And I just really hope they don't dominate now, because that would be bad.
Now I think another club that deserves a little bit of talking about is Chelsea. They're signing some big players. They had a very strange season. I know, Esme, you don't want to talk about Chelsea because London clubs, but I don't think
Yeah, I thought Chelsea were fun to watch this season, and I hate to admit it, but I did enjoy watching them. I thought watching Mount was super fun for me. I thought he sort of took on a leadership role that I didn't really see coming, and I think he did really well with it. So I think they were fun to watch this season. It pains me to admit it, but yeah, I thought they had a good season.
Yeah, for me, being a big, United States national team fan, seeing Pulisic strive in that Chelsea squad has been amazing. Just coming back from, the big COVID break and everything, it's been great to see how he's really performed really well. So it's been great. I really love Pulisic. So.
Yeah, I agree. Like Pulisic has been unbelievable since restart. Anyways, he's been great. And with Chelsea, I think a lot of respect has to go to Frank Lampard. With no transfers, 8 academy graduates, and still got 4th joint points with United. It's kind of like, he could have arguably been manager of the year. So I think Chelsea, they do need I know they're investing in a lot of attackers, but the defense really needs fixing. They did concede the most out of the top 6 in terms of goals this season. So I feel like they need to fix that. But besides that, going forward, they're a joy to watch.
Now, as I was going to, how does it feel like? Because you're from the United States, how does it feel like seeing your rival player have a player like Christian Pulisic?
Oh yeah, it's a bummer. But honestly, I can still enjoy watching him every weekend. Like I can totally appreciate watching him. Like total sense of pride as an American to see him in the Prem. But yeah, I wish I had him on my team. But I enjoy watching him nonetheless. So
okay, didn't Spurs have a Clint Dempsey at some point? So
yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Chelsea's trying to have an American. Do we have any predictions for next season right now, or is it too early?
I think I think it's a bit too early.
Yeah.
I feel like at this, I genuinely think Man City will win the league next year, anyways, because I feel like knowing Pep Guardiola, that will annoy him that Liverpool won by that much and his team were so far behind. So he definitely is going to invest in this summer. They're going to come back stronger than ever. Man City. I think Man City will win it next year. But besides that, I don't know. Like Liverpool probably be second. I don't know. I genuinely think the top four will just be the same next year.
I think it might be. It'll be tighter than usual.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's the main thing. Every team will have more points. So.
Yeah.
Any expectations for Spurs, Esme?
Honestly, no. I feel like it's difficult to predict Spurs. Honestly, I think the most unpredictable team, like literally so random. But I have more hope now than I did a couple weeks ago about Jose and his tactics. And so I think if we can get the right personnel, we'll have a shot at top 6 for sure is my goal. So top 4 is my goal.
Okay, that's not bad.
I think that's a reach goal, but I think it's a good goal.
Yeah, I think you, Arsenal, and Wolves will be fighting for 4th. I mean, everyone's gonna be. I don't know. It's gonna be a lot more competitive. That's for sure. I still think City will win the league, just because I feel like if Liverpool's not gonna sign anyone this summer, I mean that's not a good sign for me. Like, you want to freshen up your team a little bit. So stepping outside of the Premier League, guys, how are we feeling with the Champions League? I know United's not in it. Do we have any predictions going into it?
I think Bayern are going to win it.
Bayern,
yeah.
I think they have the best. I think they have the best team in the world at the moment. So
I agree.
Yeah.
Who do we think should have won the Ballon d'Or since it kind of got scrapped though?
Lewandowski.
I mean, as you keep bringing up, I can't remember his name, but you keep bringing up some player that deserves the Ballon d'Or. I know it's kind of a meme.
Oliver Skip.
Yes, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, Oliver Skip's a midfielder at Spurs. He's 19. His very first team appearance, I saw him in a game in California. We went to 2 games in the span of a couple of weeks in California. And so I saw him play twice and I was just like, yes, love this kid. So that's my joke. It's like Oliver Skip was so robbed this year. Like, he had it in the bag, but
Can you also explain why you love Harry Winks out of all players?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So when I was little, I was okay. This is honestly true. Obviously, I think he's attractive, and that's the joke. But when I was little, I was like, I played center mid, and I was always super self-conscious because I was like, oh my god, I never score goals. Like, I never do any of those things. But I watched Harry Winks, and I was like, oh my god, he never scores goals. But I was like, you know what? I like the way he plays. Like, he works well with the team. He doesn't score the goals. He doesn't have the glory moments, but he's a good asset to the team. So I was like, that's my inspiration. I was literally young, 12 years old, and I was like, that's my favorite player. So yeah.
We finally know.
There we go. I mean, it's wholesome, I'd say. I guess for the United supporters here, who's your favorite player of the team right now?
Right now in the team.
Yeah. Is that a picture of...
You know what?
That's a framed picture of Harry Winks.
Oh my god, that's dedication.
Someone else thinks it's for me as a joke, but I still keep it in my room, so...
Lovely.
I respect it.
Fair enough. For me, as a winger, it was Marcus Rashford, but since restart, he's been very, very poor. I don't know if the whole everything outside of football has kind of drained him a bit or something. But for me, I don't even watching him. He's just not running like he used to. He's walking a lot.
I think it could be because of the back injury he suffered in this earlier. Yeah, I think that really messed him up.
Yeah, I feel like he might be a bit tedious or a bit too afraid for to go into challenges or something But I still stick by Rashford as my favorite player. But obviously, Bruno is Bruno. He's what he's done since the game in from January. We haven't seen that in years. Every signing that we've signed has just come for the money and that's it. But Bruno actually wants to be here and wants to play and win trophies, and he just hasn't let the price tag go to his head or anything. He just hasn't let the price tag go. So Bruno would be up there as well.
Mason?
For me, yeah, I mean, obviously Bruno has been absolutely amazing, but he's not my favorite. My favorite is actually Eric Bailly. I really like Eric
Wow.
Bailly. I know, right? Surprise,
That's
surprise.
okay.
It's because I play. It's because I play center back, so I'm a little bit biased, and I just like how he plays. So yeah, for me, Eric Bailly, he has my heart. So
Yeah.
For
To
me,
be fair though, like
go ahead.
I was
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, to be fair though, with Eric Bailly, like I feel like he's just been cursed with injuries. Like if he hadn't been as injured, I genuinely rate fully fit Eric Bailly over Lindelof any day.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like,
I think he should be starting next to Maguire.
So that's my opinion. But like he just gets injured every time he plays. So I'm just like.
I mean, yeah, everyone loves Bruno right now, but for me, I think I'll go with Martial at the moment and Wan-Bissaka. But oddly enough, I have a Greenwood kit on, so it's Mason Greenwood. So, but how about we just talk about like kind of ourselves right now? How did you guys kind of get into football? I guess let's start with Kyle.
How did I get into football? I think the first ever match I ever watched as a kid, my dad always used to have me just like kick a ball or whatever because he loved football. So he used to have me in little Man United kits. But I think the first ever like game that I kind of saw that I was like, oh yeah, I want to play is actually the Istanbul final with Liverpool. And I remember that was on, and we were in my uncle's house. I remember they were all watching it with their beers and all, and I was just sitting there watching it. And I think it was like, that was the first time I was kind of like, oh, I kind of want to try this and play it. And then I kind of put it off for a few years. I was like, and then I finally joined the team, and then I just fell in love with football, playing it. And then obviously my dad supported Man United. And I'm not going to lie, I'm going to put my hands up. The only reason I started supporting Man United is because Cristiano Ronaldo. I loved him. I absolutely loved him. The way he played and all, and how exciting he was. And then that's why I started following United. And then obviously when I started learning the history of the club and all, I just fell in love with Man United then as a club. So it worked out. It was a win-win. Ronaldo's still my favorite player to this day. It's like, that's kind of how I got into football, really. So
okay, I just to go back to that. So Ronaldo's your favorite player, but is Messi over Ronaldo? Yes or no? Or Ronaldo over Messi? I know. Who do you think's better? It's okay. I respect your opinion, anyways.
I'm always gonna back my guy. I'm always gonna say Ronaldo. I'm always gonna back him. Like, there's no point asking me. I'm always gonna.
Yeah, I was. That's what I was thinking. I was just wondering.
It's just like look, I respect Messi, and I think he is unbelievable. One of the greats, arguably the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, Ronaldo just, he's proven himself in different leagues. Messi, I feel like when Messi, obviously stayed at Barcelona his entire career, and he's had an amazing career, scored so many goals. But to do it in the Premier League, then go over to Spain, do it in Spain, and then do it in Italy as well. And he's he's 35 now, and he's still doing it in Italy. He scored 30 something goals. Bro, that's just crazy. And respect to Messi, but Ronaldo for me is the GOAT.
Let's go with Mason next.
Okay. I don't know. So for me, I kind of got into football probably a little bit later than most people. Like most people get into it when they're pretty young. But being from Texas, you have to, be an American football fan. That's it. You die American football. So I didn't really get into it until, I don't know, maybe KSI was making his videos, and I just found him really engaging. And I was like, what is this game? Because I didn't really know about it that much, and then I just kind of fell in love with it that way. FIFA, FIFA 12 and all those games, and all, everything like that. So that's kind of how I started getting into it, and then very slowly, throughout middle school and high school, I just slowly started falling in love with Manchester United, and it's just been a process that way, I guess.
How about you, Esme?
Yeah, for me, when I was little, I want to say 4th or 5th grade, my family moved to North London. So yeah, that was pretty much what got it started for me. I think we went to we were at a pub having dinner or something. I'd always played ever since I was little, so we were like, let's go watch this game on the TV at the pub. It was a North London derby, and so that was sort of my first football experience. which was pretty cool. And yeah, from that moment on, we were like, I guess we're Spurs fans, because we were, I guess, more in a Spurs neighborhood, honestly. And my brother was also like, we can't be Arsenal fans, because he'd watched, he'd been watching for a while. He was pretty into it too, and he didn't know a lot, but he was like, no, we're not going to be Arsenal fans. So yeah, here we are.
No, I like that. I mean, especially like nowadays, you don't really run into a lot of Spurs supporters. Everyone's either Chelsea or Arsenal because they've won titles. But I like that. That's awesome. You also have like a button in your house that like whenever Spurs score, that I think that's pretty sick.
Yeah, my dad made that. He's kind of like a tech guy, and so he, I don't know, just made this thing, and it's like a button, and then you press it, and then all the lights in the house turn blue and white, and then the, Glory Glory Tottenham Hotspur plays over all the speakers and stuff. So pretty sweet.
Okay. So you guys play in real life, right? I assume, of course. I mean, Esme, you said you have training later today. Kyle, how about you? How far did you guys go?
Here we go. Yeah. So for me, like I played football since I was like, I think I played since I was like 7, and then I played all the way till I was about 19, and then my team broke up, so I haven't played in the past like 2 years. But I'm actually going back to football now next week with my friends, so I'm kind of excited for that. I'm not excited for the training because I'm so unfit, but it is what it is. It has to be done. So,
Mason, how about yourself? You're a center back.
Yep, I'm a center back. I play for a local team called Lone Star. So yeah, I've been playing for a little bit now. So it's just fun. I don't really play for my high school. You can't in Texas. It's so weird. I know. Texas is just strange.
I've heard stories about Texas.
Yeah. Kyle knows it's like 106 over here, 24/7. So.
Jesus.
Ridiculous.
Esme, how about yourself? Can we see a World Cup appearance from you one day?
Probably not, but I started when I was about 5, like kindergarten, like very early, just doing like little league and stuff like that. And yeah, now I play for my high school and I play club. So yeah,
I'm
probably not gonna play beyond that though.
Kind of in the same position as you guys. I mean, I played in like a men's division, 4th division Canadian. It's terrible football. You don't want to watch it. I think the worst scoreline we had was like, I think we lost like 23-1. It was terrible. So we didn't play well. But yeah, Mason, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I didn't really get into football until like, FIFA 12 days, and then I kind of just fell in love with Man United. I started watching and learning more about their history. So unfortunately, I didn't really see a lot of league titles lifted by United, and I didn't get to experience the Ronaldo era. So I feel like I would have been in Kyle's boat saying how Ronaldo's the GOAT, but since I didn't experience that, I'm like, okay, more so Messi. I guess, yeah. So,
anyways, moving on.
I guess let's talk about international football. I mean, Kyle, you're from Ireland. What can you tell us about the Irish national team?
They're really bad. They're not. It's great. The great thing about Ireland and the Irish people is that no matter how bad it is, you'll make a good time out of it. So like, they could play terrible, but as long as you have alcohol there, you're kind of all right. Like, it's kind of fun to watch. Like, we've had in the Euros there in 2016 when we beat Italy to go through. Like, that was party central at that stage. Like, and that's just to beat Italy 1-0 to go through to like the round of 16. Like, so like, being an Irish like fan, obviously I wish they were better and all, like, but at the same time, the way football over here is developed and all, it's just never really gonna get to that stage in the near future anyways. So we just try and make a good time out of any sort of events that are when Ireland are playing or whatever. Like, so we're not good. We won't win the World Cup anytime soon.
I had to ask you that because on our TikTok we get so many questions about Ireland. Talk about the Republic of Ireland. How about the League of Ireland? You said it's pretty pish.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, I won't lie. It's pretty bad. Like, as I said, like, the way things are run over here is not great in terms of it's more geared towards making money rather than actual like focusing on
Mhm.
developing talent and all. If you're going to make it as a kid or a footballer, an Irish footballer, all the Irish footballers go over to England and do trials there. Like they don't actually really like. It's rare that people get scouted here and then get a transfer or whatever over. Like, and when that does happen, they tend to like. I think what was his name? There was some guy I can't remember. What's his name? But he scored like 35 goals in the League of Ireland, and then he went over to, I think it was Brighton. He signed for, and now he's like in the Brighton reserves. Like, you know, it's
Wow.
it's you know it's annoying because like Irish football, there is good footballers over here, but you're just never gonna get the opportunity as you would over in England, really. So
Do you ever get kind of like slagged on TikTok for like saying, "Oh, you support your local" at all?
all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
I thought it was just
Yeah,
towards like us in North America.
Yeah, we definitely do.
Oh my, so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
No, like all the time. Like I do support my local team, but
Yeah.
they're like in the second division, so like it's like I don't know why people are like going mad. Like they like people know how bad Irish football is, so I don't see what the problem is with supporting an English team that's like literally a 30-minute flight across the sea. Like, you know, I don't get it. Like, but yeah, I get it all the time on my TikTok comments all the time. Like.
It's the same thing here because I live in Canada and we've only had a league for one season. So, and the teams are pretty bad. I don't actually. We're somehow signing Spanish players. So I don't understand how that's happening. But how about you guys, Esmiehurd? Let's go with Esmie. What are your thoughts on the States at the moment? It's very controversial to talk about.
Yeah, Mason might kill me for saying this. I'm not a huge U.S. men's national team fan. I've watched the women since I was a girl. You know,
that's actually fair. You guys always beat us, so.
Yeah, since I was little, I've always watched the women, you know, because they were my role models, stuff like that. And so I've totally been more into that. U.S. men's national team, I'm just not super in tune with. I would probably say I support England more than the States when it comes to the men, just because, you know, they play a little bit more in the bigger tournaments.
That's totally fair. I mean, here in Canada, it's like the same thing. More people care about the women's team than the men's team. So, I mean, I was gonna ask you, who's like your main role model on the U.S. women's team?
My favorite right now is Rose Lavelle. She's awesome. She's so sick. Very flashy.
I think I've heard of her.
Yeah, she's awesome. She's definitely my favorite right now.
Mason, how about you when it comes to the U.S. men's team? Can you please just give us a small like rundown? What's going on there?
Oh man, let me tell you. No, I absolutely love the U.S. national team. I'm a big fan of like their youth. It's very exciting to see such like young players like Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, Serginho Dest, Christian Pulisic, all performing on a very high stage. And I think it's giving a lot of Americans hope. You know, actually, American can go over, like Christian Pulisic, he can go over to Germany and actually do this. So it's very exciting for us. I am excited. We have a lot of young players coming out right now, so it's exciting. That's about all I can really say about it. We are definitely going to qualify, so anyone that's like, they got to qualify for the next World Cup, whatever, we definitely are. I don't know about all that stuff, but yeah.
I mean, you even have like the likes of Giovanni Reyna coming through at Dortmund, so that's nice.
Exactly.
I mean,
Gio Reyna, all of them. Anthony Robinson, we got I don't know, Matt Miazga, I don't know, he's not the best. We got like Chris Richards, who plays for Bayern, all these guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the same here in Canada, except we only have two players that are really playing in Europe, and that's Alphonso Davies and Jonathan David. I don't know why they both have David in their name. But yeah, good to know that all our national teams aren't that great. It feels kind of we're all in the same boat. I guess, what's your guys' favorite, I guess, footballing moment? I know it's a big question. It could be both club or international. It's a hard one to think.
I guess the most international thing we've really won for the U.S. men is the Gold Cup. That's about it. So that was pretty cool when I got to see them lift the Gold Cup, I guess, like for international. I guess I don't know, for Manchester United's point of view, I didn't really see them lift the title. So I guess I'd have to go with I don't know, the PSG win, I guess.
Yeah, that was pretty big.
that was good. For me, definitely was when we won the 19th title. Me and my dad. My dad like has been supporting Man United since like the 80s when Liverpool were dominating, and United had 7 titles. And when United won the 19th title, he was like, I'm not missing this. He was like, I'm not missing this opportunity. So we got tickets and we both went and we saw them lift the Premier League right in front of us. It was an unreal day. It was class. Like, and I'm glad that I can say that now. Like at the time, like when I was younger, like I understood how important it was, but the older I am now, I understand how important it is. And to be able to say that I've seen them lift it, and we had great seats as well. We were like sitting right there, and they were like in front of us lifting it right in front of us. So it was great. That's probably my best memory as a Man United fan, I'd have to say.
Yeah, I've been. Oh, Esme, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say my most glorious moment as a Spurs supporter was definitely the Champions League semifinal. You know, Lucas Moura. I cried so hard that day. That was just, that was insane. But I wish I had some more glorious moments than that. But just hasn't really happened in recent memory for me.
Hey, look, if Liverpool can do it, Spurs can do it. That's the way I'm looking at it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Like, that Spurs victory in semifinals, it's like that's probably one of the best semifinals I've ever watched. I'm just so.
I will defend that comeback over the Liverpool comeback any day.
But you guys scored in the last second. Like I was losing my mind. I'm a United supporter.
Liverpool had a whole game to score 3 goals, and they were playing well the whole time. You know, we had a half, and it was one man who did it all by himself because was playing horribly. So, yeah.
Let's see here. For me, I mean, like I've been watching United since 2012, so only got to see them lift the trophy once. And even then, it wasn't like I didn't understand the meaning at the time because I'm like, maybe this will happen even more. I was wrong. I was still waiting. But no, I think for me, it's going to be when Poland beat Germany 2-0 in Euro qualifiers. A lot of people don't know that happened, but it happened like right a couple months after they won the World Cup. So I'm Polish, my family's Polish. So when we beat them, that was like, I don't know, it's never happened in our history. They're always our rivals. So it's like, I don't know, I'm like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Yeah, no, I can agree with you. I feel it as well because I remember when Shane Long scored against Germany and we won 1-0. Oh, that was great. That was
especially
that was great.
It's the World Cup champions. Anytime you beat them, it's like, oh my god. Especially when your nation's like not that great.
The goal that we scored was so stupid. It was ridiculous. It was just one long kick from Darren Randolph all the way up, skid past. Shane Long just sprinted onto it and scored. God. Everybody went wild. That was great. I would say as well, like the Champions League final in 2008, but I was only 9, so like I was watching it, but like I wouldn't have the same feeling like as I would now if you want to like so.
Well, we're kind of getting close on time here. 43 minutes and not bad, guys. I just want to say thank you for like all joining. I didn't really expect this. This has been a lot of fun. I think we gotta do this again. But when it's a little bit more structured, I feel, because it was like I had like a load of questions ready for Esme, and then like, oh, Kyle's coming, now Mason's coming. So, but I think we did this pretty well so far. Yeah, we did. Yeah, it did well for like the space of like 5 minutes to prepare. It was pretty spontaneous. So yeah, guys, thanks once again for just like jumping on. Links in the description will be to all these guys, their TikToks, Instagrams, YouTube. Mush has got Kyle. He's got the career mode series going on his channel. Esme's got her quality TikToks. Mason's got quality TikToks as well. He just hit 50K. I don't know.
Not really. They're all right. I mean, no.
Mason just hit 50K.
Yes. Got it.
Yay.
I'll buy you a cake. I mean, if I live near you, but you know.
Yes.
But yeah, all right. Once again, guys, thank you so much. This is Esmiehurd, Kyle.
Kyo.
It's
okay.
Yeah.
Not everybody says it.
And then there's Mason, Mathic.
I'm just Mason.
There you go. Links will be in the description. Thank you guys once again. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Cheers.